Hi everyone, and welcome back to Treehouse. My name is Shannon. I'm the Volunteer and Community Engagement Coordinator here. And today we are happy you joined us. We're going to be touring our adoption floor today. So as you can see, we are here on the adoption floor. And joining us is going to be Ingrid from our shelter staff team. A little bit about our facility. We actually moved here in 2017, the summer of 2017. So before that, we were located on Carmen in Uptown in the facility we had since the 70s. So this is a fairly new facility. We are very fortunate to be here, and we're excited to show you all the different features. If you're watching and you have never been to Treehouse before, then you'll get a really good idea of what our adoption floor looks like. If you have already been to Treehouse and toured our adoption floor, then maybe you'll learn something you didn't know. So I'm going to turn it over to Ingrid, and she's going to show us around.
Hi, I'm Ingrid. I work here at Treehouse as shelter staff, which means that I do a little bit of everything. I do caregiving tasks, I do adoptions, I answer phones, so sometimes if you call and you have questions, maybe it's going to be me answering your questions, who knows. Before starting working here, I was a volunteer at Treehouse too. And then I like it. Then when I saw the job position, like, okay, let's do this. And I'm really happy. I really love the cats and people in here. And you are going to see that our building, it's awesome what makes our job so much easier. I would like to start talking to you about how our building was like the idea behind the all construction. Because as Shannon told, we had an old like house style before. And then when we came here, it was like think to be a shelter with all the things that we could make the cat's life better. So the idea was to have like a really great building, like state of the art. So if you never came in here, the first thing that you're going to say in your mind or maybe to us is like, oh my God, this building is beautiful. And it really is. And this was my first thought when I first came in here. But besides that, we wanted to make good for the cats. It's not supposed just to be beautiful for people. It needs to be good for cats. So the idea is to have a residential feeling for them. So we don't have cages. We kind of have, but the main idea is to be a cage-free shelter. So they can roam in this space, so they have more space. They can show their natural behavior. And we have a lot of like natural light. Now it's not showing just because we are making this light. But we have skylights. Have great windows so like the cats can see what's going on. Some of them really enjoy seeing like people moving around the floor. Some of them don't. So we have like the ones in the back that don't have that much windows. So each cat can have what they need for their like good life. We have heated floors on their colonies. So every time that I say colonies, it's just the name that we give to the rooms. It's not playing like crazy. So they have heated floors with efficient boiler to keep them warm and safe. The idea was to use like natural or eco-friendly materials to build the building. So we have recycled drywall. We have sensors to light. So when nobody's in here during the night, the cats, it's just them. The lights go off, and we don't waste energy. We use low VOC paint, so it's non-toxic from us and from them. And we also have another like eco-friendly features, but I don't want to bother you with like very technical stuff.
Awesome. So why don't we show you guys a little bit of what our layout looks like here, and then we'll go into some more details.
So we have 11 colonies. 9 of them are here in this adoption floor. One is downstairs is our cat cafe. If you never came, please come and we are back open again. And we have one back close to the offices. But we are going to show you one inside. If you are going to see one, you are basically seeing all of them. The idea is to keep very similar with the same features and which one of them is like. We have some difference, but the main idea is repeat the same layout in each one of them.
Awesome.
Okay, we have the idea is to have like different rooms so we can keep the cats separate based on their needs. So we separate them based on age, if they need like special diet, or if they have any, like we have FeLV positive colonies. If you don't know what FeLV means, it's a virus that weak the immune system. So we keep them housed together in the same room. It's not easily spread, but just to be safe, they stay in the same room. So each colony has like different quality for kittens. We don't want like the kittens bothering the older cats. It would be too much. Kittens have a lot of energy. We have the FeLV colonies. We have colonies for just wet food. It's basically cats that are obese and need to lose weight, so they can, but like it's not ideal for them to eat dry food, so they only eat wet food. We sometimes the Shire cats we put on the back of the hallway because we don't have that much windows, so they can be like safe. Because it's like a lot of people coming, different potential adopters, different volunteers, so they can be kind of hide in their space because they don't enjoy that much like commotion.
Yeah. So why don't we kind of talk a little bit more about how we organize these different rooms. So as Ingrid was saying, we call these rooms colonies. So for example, this would be one colony, this room would be another colony, and then we have another colony over there. Ingrid, how exactly again would we decide which cats, let's say, should go in which room?
Right now they're kind of empty, but before,
right.
What we had was like we had colony 1 and colony 9. It would be for FeLV positive. So each like the cats that they are positive for FeLV, they would be in those colonies.
Okay.
Then colony 2, it's usually for young cats. They are not kittens, but pretty young with a lot of energy, so they can be there like using all their energy. Colony 3 and colony 8 were for wet food only. As I told you, like if the cat needs to lose some weight or needs to have a special diet for any other reason, they would be in those 2 colonies. Mm-hmm. Colony 4 and colony 7 would be like a mix, not like they would be not that young but not that old. It's a mix. It really depends. Sometimes the cats that we have, usually clinic make the decision because they like do the intake, they evaluate what would be the good fit. And then colony 5 and colony 6 in the back, it's for Shire cats. They don't have all those windows. We just have like the door, and they have windows from outside of the building. They can see what's going on in the streets, but they don't see us going all the time through the hallway. And we also have the cat cafe.
Yeah, so up here on this main floor, we have 9 of our 11 colonies, and the other 2 colonies, number 10 and 11, are in a different location upstairs, and then number 11 is downstairs in the cat cafe. How do we decide, Ingrid, how many cats should be in each colony room?
We try to keep an average of 5 cats in each room. We could fit more, but we don't put more so they don't get very stressed. By national recommendation, we could go up to 12 cats in a room, but putting that much cats in there, they are going to get sick easily, so they are going to be in the shelter longer than what they need. So keeping a number like low at 5, like average, it makes them get adopted like faster. So this is the average, like with 11 colonies, we would have 60 cats at a time here in the shelter. This is the main idea. It could be a little less, it could be a little more. It depends.
Yeah, so really our population fluctuates depending on the time of year. In a typical summertime, like right now, these rooms would be full of cats. But because of COVID, we have been fortunate enough to keep most of our adoptable cats in their foster homes. So the rooms that you're looking at now do not have cats in them. But typically, like Ingrid said, we would have maybe around 60 cats on our floor. Anything else you wanted to tell us about this layout out here before we head inside a room, Ingrid?
I don't think so. If anybody has questions, send the questions and maybe you can discuss later. Now we are going to go inside of one colony so we can show you what we have inside of a colony.
Okay, awesome. Let's take a look. And we are going to head into which colony?
Colony 1.
Okay.
And it's one of the colonies that we have kittens now. Let's go. Kittens are here.
Kitten time.
So we always have 2 doors. So when you come here, we wait for the first door. Then we go to the second one. So if a cat escapes, they cannot go very far.
So this is colony 1, and we are definitely going to take a peek at some of the kittens in here in just a bit. But first, let's kind of talk about how we catify this space, Ingrid.
Yeah. So each colony we have cat trees. So they have like vertical spaces. If they want to go super higher, they can go to this level. We have different options. They can scratch their nails. It's like very natural for cats to scratch their nails. Sometimes people go, oh, my cat scratched my sofa. Give them options. Just like I cannot say more than this. They need to scratch their nails. And we go for hiding space on the ground because some cats prefer to go more for the ground. So we can use like carriers. Then we could put comfy beds in there so they can kind of hide. Or we also do with Corona beds. That is basically this plastic bed. Then we put some in the bottom. We cover so they can hide and say like, no, it's my personal time now, my nap time. I don't want to talk to you right now. As I told you, these floors are heated, which is great. So sometimes we come to play with cats and like, we can enjoy this too. And it's sometimes like we have a lot of like toys all over the place. It can be maybe like not beautiful because we have like a lot of toys, but the cats need toys. So we have like little mouses. Sometimes we just put like paper bags. They like to hide inside. We do our best. Like sometimes when they get boxes are awesome for cats. They love and it's free. So if we got any package, we bring like sometimes boxes for them. We have one toys too, so we could play with them. It's like a mix of toys. Some cats prefer one, some cats prefer other types. So it's basically that. Wow, we also have patios.
So what is a catio, Ingrid?
Cat is basically like the C's because cats and patio, so it's a catio. They can go outside and enjoy the warm weather during like summertime basically. And right now it's closed because all the kittens, they are in cages. But yeah, sometimes they really like to enjoy and they have like shelves. So if they want to go like really high or just keep in the bottom, it's their choice. They can play and they can see the streets.
Yeah, so this particular catio here overlooks Western Avenue, and some of the cats really enjoy spending time on these catios. So we give them vertical space, like Ingrid said. They can jump up on those ledges. They're able to enter through a little trap door down here. And sometimes the cats love it so much that we have trouble getting them back inside at night.
Yeah, because when it's night, we close and then we go home. We don't want to let them out there just like during the night.
And we have Laura here saying, nice catio. Yeah, the cats agree. Trudy also asked, do we have a cat cafe? Yes.
Yes, we have. It's downstairs. We are not going to show you today. And right now it's not open because of COVID-19, but we usually have appointments. You can make the appointment. It's $10 and then you can spend 30 minutes with the cats and get a coffee or tea. It's your choice, the beverage. That's it.
Awesome.
Like the cat cafe.
Great. So I want to talk a little bit more about what the benefits are of having a cage-free environment. But first, why don't we grab some kittens to keep us company? So down here, we have a few friends who definitely want to come out to play. And this is, what are their names, Ingrid?
Kent, Swindle, and Suffolk.
Suffolk, that's right. Okay, let's grab one of those little fellas to keep us company.
Hi. Want to come out? Close your friends. This one? Let me see if I can.
Oh yeah, those two look very similar.
Okay. We don't know.
This is either Swindon or Suffolk. They look so much alike, but the way you tell them apart is they have different markings on their back hind legs.
And they have microchips, so we can scan and see which one it's.
Exactly. And if I can take a look at his little legs here. See, he has the gray on his back left leg. So that is actually Suffolk.
Okay, Suffolk.
Awesome. If you want to have a seat with Suffolk over there. Awesome. So, what are some of the benefits? Oh, there you go, kitten. Of having our cage-free environment.
So they can express their natural behavior. Like imagine being here for a long time inside of a cage that you cannot like just walk and play naturally. So when they are out of the cages, they can just do what is normal for a cat. Like they can walk, they can play, sleep, whatever they want. Like today I want to sleep there, then I sleep there. Tomorrow another place. So it's actually good for them. It reduces the level of stress.
Suffolk's feeling squirmy.
And cats, they are very sensitive for stress. Like they can get sick easily if they are under a lot of stress. And we don't want this. Like being in a shelter is already stressful enough. So we do our best to keep the level of stress low. We have like volunteers that come in here and can play with them. So they need this like interaction with people, interaction with other cats. It's really great for for their personality. Like I have a cat at home and she doesn't like other cats. If she was at treehouse interacting with other cats, maybe she would have like make friends with other cats. Who knows? Some of them will never make friends. It happens, but they have chance like to express their natural behavior, reduce the level of stress. Then we don't have a lot of like diseases coming from this.
Yeah, so I know one of the questions that we do get is, because they're in close contact in a room, are they more likely to have sicknesses because they're in contact? But the key factor in a shelter actually is that stress reduction piece. So when their stress levels are low, their immune systems are doing better. And we, of course, do a lot of disinfection and disease control around the shelter.
Yeah, they all have their vaccines. And if any point we notice that one of the cats are showing some symptoms, we separate them. And then they are going to be evaluated from the clinic, our vet. So it's pretty safe. We don't have this kind of problem. And every day, us as shelter staff or our volunteers, we clean all the colonies. We don't disinfect like all of them every day because it's pretty good to keep their scents. Like you don't want to come in here and take everything out. Then they are going to be, oh, what is happening here? This is a new space. I don't have my scent anymore. And then they are going to be roaming around the place like crazy. So we don't take like everything out every day. We do what we call spot clean. Shannon is going to have some slides explaining this in the future too, but it's pretty safe for them. And if at any point some of them show any signs of sickness, we separate them.
Yes, exactly. So speaking of separating them and the fact that we did pull Suffolk out of a cage over here, yes, we are a cage-free shelter, but we do utilize cages and what we call condos. So Ingrid, can you talk about those two pieces?
Sure. We are not lying to you. We are a cage-free shelter. But as I told you, if we notice, oh, this cat is like showing some type of symptoms, we separate them in a cage and until they are like evaluated by our vet. But most of the times, the main reason that we have cages is to do an acclimation process, and which means that every time that a new cat comes to a new place, even when we transfer them in different colonies in here, they need to do an acclimation process so they can get used to the new environment. Especially it's good for the cats that already live in the colony and for the new cat too, because they can see like, oh, we have a new cat in here. They can get used like with the new scents and everything. They usually stay 3 days in a cage, and one of us or clinic staff does the acclimation. We come in here, we open the cage and let them out, and we just watch what's going to happen. If everybody seems to be like getting along and no problems, we end this process on the third day. So 1 day, 2, and the third day is like, oh, everything's good. They can be out of the cage. Some of them don't want to get out of the cage like right away, and we don't push them. If it's the end of the third day, we open the cage and we let it open, but we don't take their things off, so they can stay in there and have their own time, like to come out.
Do you want to play, Kittens? Is that what this is? You trying to play? Or are you trying to run around?
Yeah, I want to go to my sibling. Hey. Yeah, so we do this acclimation process. We always recommend for you to do this too when you take a new cat for your house. It's part of our adoption counseling. So if you bring a cat to a new environment, it could be here, it could be your house, and you just let the cat out. Most of the time, they're going to hide. So like they are going to hide under your bed, and they are never going to leave. Like it's going to be so much stressful. They are not going to eat right, drink water because they are just hiding, so afraid of the new environment. So if you give them some time, everything's going to be more like smooth and great for them. So in the cage and in your house, we just put like everything they need: a litter box, water, food, some toys, comfy blankets and beds, and a scratch pad. And they are not going to be in there for a long time. It's just a small time that makes things easier for them and for us too.
Yeah. All right. Before we move on to condos, I'll give you guys a closer look at what exactly these cages look like. So these double layer cages are great for when we have a whole litter of kittens, or we have maybe a bigger cat or two cats that live together. There is a hole in between the layers that allows the cats to jump between. Hi, Swindon. How you doing? Say hi to everybody. So as you can see, this is Swindon's little top area of the cage where we have blankets and beds and toys for them, vertical space. I know, I hear you. And then we have Kent down on the bottom. Oh, making a little mess. Hi, Kent. How's it going? So Kent has the litter box, another bed, again, more vertical space. Kent just really wants all the attention right now. You gotta go back in here for a little bit. Oh my goodness. Okay, you stay there, Kent. So these kittens will likely be adopted very fast, but for other cats who would be here for a longer time, again, they would only spend just a few days or so in these cages, and then they'd be able to come out into the rest of the room. Over there we have Pear snoozing. Hi, Pear. All right, so those are our cages. Talk to us about condos, Ingrid.
The condos, they are small rooms inside of the room. So this is a space for a condo. Right now it's not setting up for being in a condo. Let me turn on the light. You can see that's a pretty good space. And we usually put like all the cat stuff, like we put a cat tree, or we put like litter, food and everything. And we use those condos for most of the times for special needs cats. So we had Zoe. A couple months ago, she got adopted. Secret, Zoe was my favorite cat. It's not that much of a secret, everybody knew it. And she has cerebellar hypoplasia, meaning that she's a little bit wobbly. So we put her in a condo so she didn't get hurt like outside of the colony. And in her house, she's doing well. She has like a normal life, basically a normal life. But here in the shelter, we don't have like somebody with her all the time. So she was more safe inside of her own condo. And we put like a special floor for her because she was a little bit wobbly. So she could like grasp her nails and like come back from her falls. And she had like, we didn't put like cat trees for her because it wouldn't safe for her like jump very high and then maybe she would get hurt. But and other times we also use condos for cats that don't like other cats. As I told you, sometimes like we do our best and like, no, this is not going to happen. And we keep them in their private room. So they are kind of fancy. They have their private studio, and sometimes they have their private colony if they need more space. Some cats are very territorial, and everything that we do is to keep the less of stress low. So if a cat doesn't like other cats and they are going to be fighting, we don't want this, and we want to give a safe space for them. So we put them in a condo and they have their private studio.
Yeah, exactly. So, yes, this is not being utilized as a condo at the moment, but would you close that door, Ingrid? You can see this would be a private little room for the cat living in there. We often actually find in the rooms that have little ledges up there, the cats will just jump right on up there and peek out through their top piece. So again, behavioral reasons are usually why cats would be in a condo. Another common issue we would see would be cats who are easily overstimulated. And if they were to be out here in this room with visitors coming through every day, people cleaning, that's going to be a lot for them to handle if they're easily overstimulated. So we keep them somewhere a little quieter, don't have to have as much stimulus all day long.
And then when we go there, it's not like a lot of people at the same time, so they can still be relaxed.
Yeah, exactly. Awesome. It looks like we had some comments and questions, so let me pull those up. And Linda Lynn is asking, when will you be open to the public again? So, Ingrid, if you don't mind, I will start off this answer. Hi, how you doing, little kitten? So right now we are we are open for on-site operations, just in more of a limited and structured capacity for safety precautions. So, for example, this little kitten right here, you can make an appointment to come in and meet if you are interested in adopting. So we're doing our adoptions by appointment right now. So you're not able to just come in during open hours as we did before, but you can give us a call or shoot us an email and we will make an appointment for you to come on in.
For kittens, we have a waiting list. So maybe you don't get this kitten, but we have a lot of cute kittens. And we have some adult cats, so call us, make an appointment, and come see them.
Yeah, on that same note, Elena said, kittens, so cute. Are they ready for adoption? Yes, this little kitten, Suffolk, right here, and his siblings that you saw before are available for adoption. But as Ingrid said, we have quite the waiting list for kittens right now. So though these exact kitties might not be available, we do have a lot more kitties. So just give us a call or shoot us an email and we can get you on that list.
Yes.
Nancy, again, asking, how do I make an appointment to adopt? Nancy, you can call or email us and the information is right here. And our team will talk to you about what kind of cat would be a good fit for your home. Are you looking for a kitten, an older cat, maybe more than one cat? And then we will work with you to connect you with that cat. We just have a few kittens here on site, and every other cat that we have available is in a foster home.
Yes. We only have 6 cats right now in the shelter, so most of them are in foster homes. But we are doing, the foster are doing a great job showing the cats on video to the adopters, and it's working very well. So sometimes people are confused. What happens, like you send us an email or a call, we get your information, and then we try to assess like what would be the best cat for your house, your family. Then we put you in contact with the foster. You meet the foster and the cat like using video chat, and then you can do the adoption if you say like, oh, I want this cat. And we do the whole process via phone and email. And I know that seems scary. You're not going to see the cat in person, but it works. They are all cute, so like.
Yeah, and our adoption counselors are really great about helping find the right match for you.
Yeah.
Mariella says, would love to see Jazzy, a black and white kitten I helped foster. Thanks for all you guys do. Thanks, Mariella, for joining us.
She's not here in this room.
Oh, is Jazzy on site yet, or?
She was in the clinic yesterday.
Okay.
I'm not sure.
Jazzy's not out here on the adoption floor, Mariella, but check back in with us. Caitlin says, oh my gosh, he's so cute.
Yes.
And he knows it, Caitlin. He's very aware. Linda asks, one, what are your adoption fees?
Okay, for kittens, it's $125. You should take 2 kittens, which is a great deal. You get a little discount, so it's $225. And for our adult cats, it's $95.
Okay. And are the kittens that are in foster homes listed on the website?
Yes, they are. If you go to our website, we have 2 pages. One is adoptable animals and the other one is shelter keepers. Shelter keepers is the name of our program for foster homes. So we call the program Shelter Keepers. You go to this page and we see all the cats available, kittens and adults.
Yeah. All right. And then Ann Miller asked a great question. I think it'd be a good transitioning point.
Okay.
Ann asked about any adult or senior cats we have right now. So why don't we head over to Colony, where Boots and Licorice?
Okay, let's.
We can meet them, and then we can see a condo that is a little more set up. Thanks for hanging out with us, kittens.
No.
So if you haven't actually been on site before, this is our main lobby right down here. So you can see everything is very open, glass windows everywhere, and the cats really enjoy watching what's happening. Let's head on over here. So each colony does have this little entryway room, like Ingrid said, where we have 2 sets of doors so we don't have escape artist kittens running around the building. And again, we are back out on our adoption floor. So we are going to head into Colony 2. Oh, actually wrong. They moved Bandy and Licorice. This is Colony 7. And we always make sure to sanitize before we interact with different cats. Are we empty?
Yes.
Let's grab some right out here. Yeah. Or you can. Great. So Anne was asking, can you tell us about any adult or senior cats you have right now for those who prefer mature cats to the energy of kittens?
Sure. We have great options, and 2 of them are here. Band and Licorice. Band is hiding on the little box there, and this is Licorice. Licorice is a female, and Band is a male.
Hi.
They are not the same age, but it's around 10 and 11, I believe, and they are great. They have been together for a long time, but it doesn't mean that you have to take both of them together. But we do recommend, if you want to take one of them, you already have a cat at your home, because they really enjoy having cat company.
Hi. He's got a lot to say. And Bandy and Licorice have been with us for how long now, Ingrid?
For more than 1 year. So we are hoping that they go home as soon as possible. They say we don't want to be here anymore. We love Treehouse, but we want our forever home. This is what Licorice is saying.
Yes, he's saying, take me home.
We have the power to understand. No, I'm kidding.
Bandy and Licorice were also in foster care for all throughout the shelter in place order. A very kind foster who took them in had to bring them back in recently. And so we are going to be placing them into a different foster home shortly. So they're just temporarily here chatting with us.
Yeah, and if you want to grab them, they don't want to go to a foster home anymore. You can adopt them.
You can find some really cute pictures of Bandy and Licorice on our Instagram and Facebook page as well.
Other cats too. We have Lena. She's 10. She loves other cats too. She's in our Shelter Keeps page. We have Fluffy. I think she's 8. So we have some options. You can go and take a look.
Yeah, and if you're interested in any of the guys you see on our website, again, you can give us a call. Yeah. Let's head over into there and take a look at the condo.
Okay. Colony 6 has one.
Yeah. So there isn't going to be a cat in this condo, but you can see a little bit of the setup that we give them. Does it have a tree?
Yeah, we have the tree. It's not like with everything because we don't have any cats right now, but yeah, as you can see, it's a good size. We can fit a tree, we can fit toys, we can fit bags, and they have their own personal space.
Yeah, exactly. So I think the last cat in here might have been Keith. And
yes.
Did Keith get adopted?
Yeah, I got it.
Awesome. So Keith had his own window ledge he could hang out on. That was the area I was telling you about. You can see where the cats jump up and hang up there on the ledge and watch the rest of the kitties. Taunt them because they have their own room. Just kidding. So again, there's no cats in this room right now, but this is a good example of a typical colony room with a condo, vertical spaces, some cages for acclimation, a patio, and yes, lots of toys available for them.
Boxes, paper.
Yeah.
We can go there too.
Great. Let's head back out on the floor. Awesome. Well, let's see if there's any last comments or questions. Linda says, I foster for another rescue. Are you needing any fosters?
If you want to foster, you can go to our website and go to our foster page and apply. So you fill an application, our foster team is going to contact you, and I don't know that much details. It's going to be with them, like if we need fosters right now. We have a great number of fosters, but you can always help us.
Yeah. So when the coronavirus hit Chicago back in March, we were very fortunate that we were able to move our adoptable cats right into foster homes, and we also had an amazing show of support from the community. Our foster program, I think, tripled in size. It grew amazingly. So right now we are fortunate because we have way more fosters than we do cats, but you can guarantee we're going to have more cats and kittens in the future that need help. So you can definitely fill out that application. Angela says, I adopted a shelter skipper recently. Oh, congrats, Angela. And the process is wonderful. We did a Zoom meet and greet with the foster mom and picked her up the next day.
Yeah, great. Do you know the name of the cat? Tell us, Angela, so I can remember. Yeah, but I do a lot of adoptions. I don't remember everybody's name.
Yeah,
sorry.
That's all right. Angela, tell us who you adopted. We want to send our hellos to them, but we're so glad to hear you had a good experience. And John says, we got a cat years ago from Treehouse in the early 1990s. Well, thanks for tuning in with us today, John. Oh, Angela says she adopted Mia.
Mia. I did the adoption.
Ah!
I remember you, and she was like, maybe was like, yeah, I remember. Yeah, I did the adoption. I don't know if she remembers me. Now you can see my face.
Awesome. We hope you and Mia are doing well at home. Send us pictures. We love to see them.
Yeah, we have such a great time when people send us pictures.
Yeah. Awesome. If anybody has any last questions or comments, Mariella does. She says, I fostered Milkman and Velma Kelly, and they just got adopted yesterday. Hooray! Were they kittens, Ingrid?
Yes, they were kittens.
Awesome.
She's the same one who talked about Jazz.
Oh,
Jazz
okay.
is here, but two of them got adopted, and Jazz is almost ready to go too.
Cool. Thank you, Mariella, for fostering and for helping us find those kitties their homes. Also, you can see we sometimes have the strangest names, Milkman and Velma Kelly.
We have too much, not too much, but like we have a lot of cats, and then we have to be creative.
Yeah, exactly. Linda says, that's amazing. I am so glad so many people are willing to foster.
Yeah, it's great. We are really happy with our community. It's awesome.
Yeah. Well, thank you everyone so much for joining us today to take a look around our floor. We can't wait for the day when this is full of cats and visitors once again. But until then, we really appreciate everyone who has stepped up to foster, to donate, drop off supplies. It's really been amazing the support we've had. So thank you all so much for joining us. Thank you to Ingrid for filling us all in. And we'll be back next week to talk about a new facet of Treehouse.
Thank you.
Thank you.